When schools closed last spring due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the most imperative issue for many school districts in our state of Mississippi was figuring out how do we feed our students. More than 600,000 people in Mississippi were already experiencing food insecurity. The issue is drastically distinct for the state's elderly and children population. 75% of children qualify for free or reduced meals. As a result, the majority of the children in our state are dependent on the free breakfast and lunch that they get in school each day. The pandemic has also changed the way food is distributed. In our school district of Jackson Public Schools, breakfast and lunch are provided at school sites and neighborhood bus stops. Across the country, more than 80% of schools now offer food via drive-through pickup and over half walk-up services. This is according to a recent School Nutrition Association survey. Using STEAM and project-based learning activities, our class was able to come up with a solution for this issue.
Our project is a vending machine that uses artificial intelligence to deliver food to students in our school system using their student ID numbers. As a class, we sat down and we brainstormed how we wanted the vending machine to look. Then, after brainstorming, we 3D modeled in Tinkercad and finally drew the schematics on how we wanted it to operate.
The vending machine will have two Arduinos. The first Arduino will power the refrigeration system. The temperature sensor will notify the Arduino to turn on the fan once the refrigerator gets too hot. This will help regulate temperature control.
For this refrigeration system, we are using two sensors, the DS18B20 and the LDR Mini Photo Cell. Our meal distribution is controlled by our display screen. The display screen allows for student ID input and also student meal selection. Once the meal is selected, the horizontal switches will force the motor to push out the student meal.
The Arduino will also record the number of meals each person selects. There will be a limit of 2 meals per 24 hours. When coding, we'll have to set up pit modes for all of the components: the temperature sensor, the fan, the Raspberry Pi, UV light, and the student ID library.
With experts coming in to help with our project, it really gives us more information and more knowledge on what really our project is based on.
Working with our Samsung representative Sal is very interesting. It's interesting to know that outside of what we have going on, our project is actually bigger and it can affect more than just our community personally.
See, a problem like that not only affects kids in Jackson. This problem affects a lot of parts of the United States and the rest of the world. For me, going overseas, I had to witness similar problems, as having access to that one meal a day can really be a huge difference.